The business has been. Honestly, the most stressed or like worried I've ever been was when our shipment got lost, like our very first one.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I just didn't know how to gauge the seriousness of that situation.
Yeah.
And it was a moment where like we had just gotten off the ground, and it was like, oh no, all this like we're just about to get started, and it's like this could just halt everything. And at that point, we wouldn't have it. Like if they actually did lose it, like we weren't gonna make it again.
Yeah.
Like anyway, that was pretty stressful for me. Okay, we are live.
Cool. We are live. We have Stephanie here. Hello, Stephanie.
It's definitely
Um, Nick, can you help me out here? I'm gonna take a second. Actually, I'm not ready yet. Do you have all of the chat? Do you have like all of the different do you have like YouTube pulled up?
no. I just have the chat link. Do you need me
Uh
to link or
yeah,
something?
can you log into can you go into Facebook and pin the live stream from our page to our Heroes Quarters?
Yeah. There we go.
Guys, our slow start is very good because we have some really, really exciting stuff going on here.
I think it's worth the wait, is what you mean.
Yeah, sure. I think that also is a fair way to put it, but I think this is even better than that. It's even better than being worth a wait. And that to me is something that's really, really exciting. Okay, do you still have Facebook pulled up?
Yeah.
So now I just sent the form. Can you pin it at the bottom of the Facebook chat while I pin it at the top of the um, YouTube chat?
You have the form link. Is it in the?
Yeah, I just so well, I sent it from Restream, and so it's in the comments. I just need you to pin it.
Oh, got it. Okay. I don't see it.
You don't see it. It should be in the Facebook comments.
There it is.
Yeah, yeah, just
All
pin
right.
that bad boy. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I'm silly, silly, goofy boy. That's me. Silly, goofy boy. All right. Now on school, I put the link to the YouTube chat. I forgot to do that. But Cool. I want to direct all of your attention to one very, 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 very important aspect of the Google form. Open it up on your computers. I need you to look at the description of the Google form. It didn't hyperlink when I did it. Let's see if I can change that to hyperlink it.
And what are you talking about?
Um, in the description, we are offering you all the first week of the Way of Astoria for free. The first week. Oh. All you gotta do is click that link and you can download the first week of the Way of Astoria today, right now.
Yeah. I feel like we should do a little screen share of the first week.
Let's do it. Do you want to be the screen share captain, or do you want me to be the screen share captain?
I don't care. I'm actually downloading it right now. So
Cool. Nick will be um Nick will be the screen share captain. So if you are out there and you're like, what? Like the link isn't hyperlinked. It is now. I had to refresh the page. It is now. And even if it isn't, you can copy that um you can copy that link. You just copy and paste it and just put it in your browser and it'll send you there and it'll still work. So yeah. Happy Valentine's Day from us.
happy Valentine's Day. Can everyone see this? Is
You're a little off kilter. You're a little off center here for some reason. There we go.
that fixing it?
Yeah, you can see the whole page now. Yep.
Well, yeah, like Kyle said, there's pinned links in whatever chat you guys are in, and as a gift to you guys, for Valentine's Day. Although we just wanted to do something nice. We're giving you the first week of our new storyline, our new journal called The Way of Astoria. Now, we are still making this, so it's not anywhere near ready to be done. We are not accepting orders, so put your wallets away. This one's totally for free. And a lot of this is also subject to change, so don't get super too married. But let's go through it really quick. We have some kind of stand-in intro content. We have the design for the mentor, as well as the quota, the little owl that follows you around.
Really quick, I'm gonna interrupt you. People are saying that the sound went out. Is the sound out? I don't think it is.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Let's do this.
While we're figuring that out, I'm going to say hi to everyone. See if I can do this. Happy Valentine's Day, Nicole. Love the sea dragon looking thing. Me too. We're excited about it. Moving on over to YouTube. All right. See this.
We have audio. We're good.
We're good? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Hi, everyone that I didn't specifically say hi to. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, yeah, a quick little walkthrough. This is the Way of Astoria. Obviously, very inspired by things like Avatar, The Last Airbender, maybe Dragon Ball Z, and some other older like samurai movies, lots of martial arts, kung fu tropes in this, kind of a love letter to anime as well. There's a lot of nice things mixed up in here, and I feel like we're paying homage to this whole genre with this new storyline. Classic tutorial page that you'll find a new component to the daily page, the little habit tracking, number 6 here. Those icons might change, but we are keeping the new habit tracker in the daily page. So that's a new update to any Heroes Journal, if you ever use them. And then we have the first week. I'm just going to quickly, I guess I don't want to scroll too far out, but I'll just quickly go through this. You guys can download this and really investigate what's going on later. We're using these nice little panels. Zoom in, get better parts of the story. Gets more emotions, you get more movement in the story. And these are just the first 7 pages. If you wanted to get a little sneak preview, a little dragon hatches from the egg. What's going to happen? We don't know. We literally do not know. We're still figuring it out. But there you go.
True.
That is all yours to have and to hold. Now, I don't think it's fillable, but it is printable. So
Mm-hmm.
print it out, you can use it. But more than anything, we just want to show you guys that we are releasing something new this year. So we're excited about that.
Yes. And so there are a couple things you all need to know. First and foremost, we're giving this to you guys, our live stream faithful, because like you guys are pretty much always in the know. Like you hear from us every week. We talk about the stuff. So we don't have to worry about at this point in time right now, you not signing up for updates for this because we know A, you will, and B, you'll just ask us directly when things are coming out. So we don't have to worry about like the marketing ease of like playing these systems. For you, we wanted to just get this into your hands because of all of the time and effort you guys have put into working with us. So this is just like a gift. No loop, no hoops to jump through, just right there. And yeah, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Who do we love more than our heroes?
exactly.
You got to give a present. Um,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, that's all the stuff. Do you guys have any questions? Do you want to do a quick little? I would
Yes.
love a 7 day preview of the Way of Astoria. This is the 7 day preview of the Way of Astoria.
Oh, guess what?
Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy timing because you have it right now.
Click on the Free Journal Friday pinned link, and you'll see a free download link for the
Yeah.
7 day preview. Now it is just the first chapter. You're not getting like other chapters previewed. You're just getting chapter one. But you're getting the general vibe of the story. There is no intro content that's been finalized quite yet. But I mean, this is it.
This is it.
What's the
Your
there is no catch.
that that wish was, I dare say, was granted faster than any movie ever because it was granted before you wished it.
Something to
Pretty
think about.
exciting. That is something to think about. Yeah, I it's so interesting, right? Because we launched the Galaxy of Astoria, GOI, as it were,
Hmm.
June 2022. And I don't think that we gave, because we're not going to launch this in June 2025. There's no way this gets launched in June 2025. So we're giving people probably the earliest look at a new thing that we ever have, ever in the history of THJ.
Yeah, I just don't think we're in the mood to be mysterious this time around. We just want to share with what we're excited about, and not everyone will see it, but I know that if you're here watching this, you are probably excited about the Heroes Journal, what we're working on, and so we don't want to be secretive from y'all. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
we're excited. Okay, see what is it? Hold on, Seayak Ranch. Am I saying this right?
Cover color ideas is what you're talking about?
Ranch, yes. We have a question about cover color ideas. We do have some ideas. I think we can share what we're thinking of. Is that fine?
I mean, these are all tentative.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we're not being coy. Like we don't know. We have ideas. I would even say we have preferences, but we haven't seen samples yet. We haven't gotten actual swatches in hand or any kind of sampling. So, like I said, we are very far up the river on this. We just wanted to show you guys um, what this storyline was going to be about. But to answer your question, we are really excited about a light pink, like a cherry blossom color. That would probably be a linen, just like this guy. Soft linen cover. We are really excited about for the collector's edition, for the sort of vegan leather edition. We want to do like a jade green, like a deep green gold. probably in the same material leather. We'll see where sampling takes us with that. I don't want to go like alligator green. Like I don't want it to be like too abrasive, but I think a nice deep green would work well with the storyline. And then a third, what's the other one that we're thinking of? I can't remember.
It was like a pastel yellow, like a light yellow.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yellow is on the menu as well.
because we've never done yellow before. We've done pink technically with Cosmic Rose, and we've technically done green. We've never done a leather green, but yellow
Yeah,
would be like the newest color.
yellow would be cool. Yeah, it'd be a lot of pastels, but it could be cool. Yeah, what colors, do you guys think? Okay, Jeffrey hopped in here, said multicolors, red and black, green and gold. Think cool dragons and martial arts. Yeah, I've been thinking about revisiting red. Um, just pick like a different red than Dragonfire red.
I will say, Dragonfire sounds like the opening part to like a cool martial arts move, like the Dragonfire Fist. And so we could take the same red, do Dragonfire Fist, and then it'd be like a nod
Yeah,
to the previous Dragonfire red. I do think that'd be extremely confusing, and you'd have no idea which journal you're ordering, but it would be fun.
yeah. So Queen asked, have we ever thought about doing patterns? I would say we have thought about it. It would require a different material, a bit of a different material on the front of the journal, which would change sort of the feel of it, which I think would be okay. It'd probably be a limited edition sort of thing. So
You know what's one of my favorite patterns of all time?
Houndstooth.
Yeah, I love Houndstooth.
You know what's so funny about that? We've never once talked about this.
No, we have not.
Just know you. I know you so well. You don't even own anything that's Houndstooth that I
I
know.
have in the
Yeah.
past.
I've never seen you wear anything Houndstooth. The reason I know you
In
like Houndstooth is because it's well branded.
Yeah,
it's got it's got a name. It's got a good name. And you love a good name.
I had this pair of Sperry topsiders in high school that were brown and houndstooth, and they were so cool. This is actually a real image of them, and I love these shoes. Look at these Johns. Can you see this?
Oh yeah. These are very country club.
Yeah, but I like them because I don't like the normal traditional boat shoe. That's like I don't like the really thin sole. I like these had like a hardy sole on them. Anyways, I love those shoes. This is my favorite shoes of all time.
Yeah.
And I've never been able to replace them.
Someone in the comments said chartreuse. Sorry, not to,
Is
but
chartreuse a pattern or is that a color?
there's a color. Chartreuse is kind of like a greenish yellow. Um, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, chartreuse would be kind of a nice alternate. Yellow can be really hit or miss, in my opinion, especially since we have gold foiling already. But we'll see. Got some ideas. You know,
We both seem like Sperry Topsider guys. I have that's the funniest non-roast of all time.
that's a rose for sure.
Yeah, I know. They said no offense, but I haven't worn a pair of Sperry's in probably 10 years, probably since those ones.
It only takes once.
It's true.
Um, yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, and honestly, I'm not opposed to just doing like a cherry blossom and then like a jade green. I do think we need a more, I hate to say normal, but pedestrian color, just like a gray or like a even a black or something a little just like, yeah, run of the mill. But I don't know if I want to do that upon release. We could
Hmm.
also save the cherry blossom for like a limited release. I don't know. Now we're just thinking out loud. These aren't actual plans. Welcome to the pitch meeting, everyone.
Look, it's interesting because we are thinking about lessening or just are the number of colors that we carry in general, right? Of all of the journals.
Yeah.
In some short months, we're probably going to cut a journal that you love. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the game. We have way too much inventory of way too many colors. And so do we do the 4 color rollout like we have in the past? Or do we hold to our new ideology of like 2 colors each journal,
Yeah.
and then doing some limited releases? What do you think about the future of that?
I like a limited release. I do. I think that we have our the Heroes Journal has like a balancing act to play with this because it's such a marketing move and such a new like e-commerce product company move to just have like limited releases of everything and like they come and they're gone and there's kind of this big urgency thing. And I think as a customer of brands that I love, as a consumer, it can get a little exhausting, dare I say abusive. But I think the nature of our product is it's like a long-term relationship product. Like this isn't like you buy this and then you use it for at minimum 91 days. That's a long time. It's like a long, long time. And if you're like me, maybe it takes you 6 months or a year to do a whole hero's journal. It's a nice thing about them being undated. And so all that to say, it's like if we're releasing something every week and it's like new cool color, it just like doesn't give people as much time to fall in love with the journal and with their own quests. And I don't know. All that to say, we have a responsibility. You've said this before, Kyle. Like our product is a tool that people use to organize their everyday lives. And so it needs to be available. Like
Yeah.
you can't just be like sold out of it. But having every single variant or every single color in stock all the time is probably not viable for us. And might even make it harder for someone to choose their first journal because it's just like, where do I start? Too many
Yeah.
options. So anyway, how do y'all feel about that? I mean, here's a better question. We this year or last year we did our first limited release of Snowfall Pass. We are pretty much sold out of these, aren't we?
Be like 100 or something like
100.
that.
And so once these are out, like we're not going to restock these. And so I'm curious to hear if you guys want more limited release stuff like this, you know, or what? Let us know.
Yeah. I so here's my counter to your um point about the celebration, like the limited runs and it gets abusive sometimes. For me, like when you do a fun variation on a product people love, it's kind of like a celebration of that product. So it's like we're we released IMA in 2021. If we did a limited edition release of IMA, that's like a chance for us to bring that same fun and excitement back to a product we haven't got to like have a big moment for in 4 years. I guess technically we did Spellbound Edition in 2022, so in 3 years. That to me feels like a really good reason to do these like limited color releases. Obviously, every month is too often, but if we did 2 or 3 of them a year, where it was like maybe we did a fun enamel pin with it, or we did a fun like plushie. I know that word is kind of like a curse word for us right now because plushies are hard to make, but um, yeah, it's like maybe that's the way we look at it. Is it's like a celebrating something that has already kind of had its moment, and we're trying to remind people that this thing's great. This thing's fun. It's exciting.
So I think yeah, Jeff pitched this idea. And we've never actually discussed this, but basically, like, what if we had a standard cover and then we sold covers that you could put around your cover, you know?
We did that. We thought about doing that with the leather ones. Remember that? We had you bought that one and you were like putting it on all the journals.
Yeah, that would be.
I
I think a leather cover is probably not what we're thinking because I mean we already make journals in leather. But I'm thinking like, I mean, did you ever do that with like your school books? You put like that the elastic
Oh yeah.
or over it to change the color of it. I think that I don't know, something like that could be kind of cute.
I just, like my thing was is that the best part of those was the last day of school wearing them on my head running around the school. You know, that was like that was my favorite part of having a book cover was the getting to use it like a hat.
Yeah,
Um,
that's you.
so
You finish your journal, you finish your quest, and then you take it off and put it on as a hat.
it's mandatory that if you finish a journal, you spend the rest of the day wearing your book cover as a hat.
Yeah. We want a selfie.
Um, the book sucks. Um, yeah.
The
Is
books
that like,
are called.
I guess we could launch one of those every month. I think that'd be a fun thing to do. You could launch a book sock every month. That's not abusive.
Oh yeah, that's much easier and more affordable. You know?
Yeah, but if we're going to do a monthly drop, well, why would we not do an enamel pin? I think a monthly enamel pin drop would be way more fun than a book socks.
They don't, none of this has to be reoccurring.
Everything has to be
No one,
reoccurring.
no one has said a single thing about subscriptions or reoccurring purchases. You can just make stuff.
Just make it once.
Yeah. And speaking of, I mean, I don't know about you. I am allergic to subscription. I think the subscription phase is has come and gone. You know, the what is it like loot box or loot crate or uh bark chewy or so I mean everything got boxified there like in 2015 to 2020 there was just huge push where it was just like
I don't think I've ever been a member of a physical subscription business. I don't think I've ever done one of those before. Like I've done like coffee where they send you a bag of coffee every month, but that was just because I was going to be buying the coffee anyways. It wasn't
yeah
like a subscription. It wasn't like a random mystery box. It was just like send me coffee so that because I don't know if you remember this when we went to the Heroes headquarters, we were going through like a bag of coffee every like 2 or 3 days,
yeah
and I was like so stressed out because up to that point I had just been buying coffee for myself, and so I was like I was trying to figure out how to like keep up, and then yeah, it was like the people moved out, and like then we had too much coffee, and I just stopped. I was just oh
yeah that's the nature of any so that experience that is the nature of any subscription. It's like you go out of town for a week, you don't think about it, and you show up, and then now you have like a knickknack. You don't need it anyway. Whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
Too many.
There's one that's going on still that like gets a lot of ad spend on YouTube. It's bespoke post. Do you see those ads? And it's like if you don't like quality things, then the bespoke post isn't for you. And it's like this guy wearing a bunch of leather, like just so much leather.
Only so many you can have and wear. How many months does it take to get all the things? I actually was gifted a bespoke box like for Christmas, I think, because that was also a big thing. Was like you could just buy one box as a gift.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was cool stuff, but I was like, I don't want to keep getting stuff every month. You
Yeah,
know,
like do they
the joy of shopping, in my opinion, is picking things out that you want to buy and then spending your money on the thing you want. It's not just they don't just show up with random stuff. But maybe some people love that. I don't know. Yeah.
so people are making a good point though. People are saying that having a subscription for things like dog food or cleaning supplies, like tools that you use, very helpful. And then Novak said this is a tool, so therefore it is good for a subscription, which is fair. That's a very, very fair way to look at it. But here's the issue that we've run into is we are inherently trying to make a product that does not pressure you into like being mean to yourself about using it. Obviously, we want you to use it. Obviously, we want you to get the best out of it.
Yeah.
And if there is this looming timeline of another journal coming to your house, Like that inherently shames you into doing the one, finishing the one that you have. Um, so
Yeah.
maybe like instead of doing a subscription, we like put a secret little QR code on page 75 of the journal, and it's like scan this QR code, you'll get 25% off your next journal, and it'll be here by the time that your this one's done. Maybe that's how we do it. I don't know, but we're just afraid of hurting of being more pressure than like return. So
Yeah. This might be a monologue, hot take. I haven't thought this through, so hopefully I don't say something too stupid, but buckle up. I think in our kind of like uh realm, like of consumption, like nerdier stuff, like the companies that exist in that space, I think over the years have interpreted like enthusiasm about like a Marvel movie or a Funko Pop or a collaboration or what as like this they have taken it as like this insane green light to go to just give way too much. Like they take it and they run with it. And it becomes like this. It's like, oh my God, like you like Star Wars? We're gonna make 30 Star Wars shows and movies in the next like 4 years. And it's like it's like I get it. All the Deloitte consultants that are working for Disney are like, well, they want this, so we have to make more of it. But like, there's an art and like a beauty of the balance of like getting something great, and that's all it is. And then like when you're ready for more of it, self-selecting and getting it when you're ready. That is like a great, like it's a great balance to have with like a brand or a company or a movie studio or whatever that you love. But when it starts to become like they're just shoving things down your throat, you start to just not like them. You're like, ugh, leave me alone. Like I like your vibe. Leave me alone.
yeah,
And I feel like the fastest way to do that is to sign someone up for a subscription for something that they might like and then just give them way too much of it. you know?
yeah,
Like coffee or dog food or I mean, whatever it might be. And so that is one of my fears. Like I feel like the uniqueness of our product would really quickly maybe go away if someone showed up after getting home from vacation and there's 3 Heroes journals sitting on their front door. Maybe not.
yeah.
Anyway.
You know, when the way you said that, per your monologue, a riff upon a monologue, if you will. Um, I think that if you really like take a second to think about the world in 1985 when Star Wars came out, it's like nothing that anyone's ever seen. So you walk out, and you're like, what? Like it's like what just happened? And it was episode 5. So you're like, wait a second. What like there's an implication that other things are gonna happen or other things are gonna follow or precede this. They have to wait like 3 years and you get another one. You wait 3 more years, you wait another one. Then you wait 10 years for episode 1. Like that time in between it, and maybe it is 1977, sorry. That time in between all
Yeah.
of these movies, the Deloitte person thinks, oh, they're gonna fall out of love with us. And in reality, all it did was make people fall more in love with the thing because it's like they cherished it. So by the time the second one came out, they were like, this is the best, or I guess the sixth one technically.
Yeah.
Um, it's just, and so there's no spacing anymore. There's no, it's like, oh, you just got done with WandaVision. Now you have to watch 18 episodes of Loki. You have to watch this and you have to watch this. All so that when we go to the movie theater, you get to know one Easter egg in the whole movie. It's like I have to work that hard to know one specific reference that somebody says offhand. Like, no.
Yeah, man. To love something requires like space like away from it. like and I think that when a consultant or whatever pops into a business and they're like, our assignment is 6 months long, that's the only time frame they're able to think in. And like long-term beautiful relationships with things you love in life take a long time. They just do, you know? One of my favorite, I was going through my liked TikToks the other day. I know I still have TikTok. It's bad. But I like this TikTok. I think it was like probably some documentary. It was about Studio Ghibli. And they're talking about this 4-second scene. And the scene was these extras moving. It was like a crowd. And it was like complicated. There's a lot of like movement and stuff. And it was showing Miyazaki, the guy, just like watch it and like go back to his animators. And it took them a year and a half to get this 4-second. It's extras. Like I don't even think the main characters are in this scene. It's just like people moving around in the crowd. And like the videos like of him going up to the animator, and finally they get it right. And he's like, you did it. He's like, fantastic. And this the relief on this guy's face is like, anyway. I feel like that level of artistry and detail and care, like that, it sounds so counterintuitive because it's so slow. It's almost unimaginably like inefficient. It's like, how can you make anything when you're moving this slow? I feel like that will be so valuable in the coming years. Um, because with like AI and things moving so quickly, it's just like our eyes are going to be drawn to things that are moving slow like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that made sense, but in Studio Ghibli, I'm pretty sure still hand animates a lot of stuff or hand draw and hand draw. I don't know. This is a Ryan conversation for sure. Who's not
Yeah.
here, but
So I have a pitch for the Heroes Journal for you. And this pitch comes from a podcast I listened to with Ryan Holiday and Steve Magnus. So Steve Magnus, who I've been obsessed with for like the last month, he was like an elite running trainer. Sorry, my AirPods are gonna die, so I'm gonna go at full normal volume. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Um,
Well, you're quiet though.
oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, talk loud.
Okay. So for some reason, is that better?
Not really. It might just be for me.
Weird.
That's gonna pop in
Um,
and Al got really quiet.
anyways, he was a whistleblower for like the top American training team for the Olympics. And they were talking about how hard this time was. It took 10 years. The trial took 10 years that he was like testifying and going into like getting grilled for like 5, 6, 7 hours at a time. And he was like, how did you get through that time? He said, I would read something old and I'd read something new. He said, because like old wisdom is old for a reason. It's like if these messages made it through the test of time, there has to be something true about them. Like they would have gotten lost in the Middle Ages if they weren't somewhat true. And obviously having something new keeps you pertinent, keeps you moving forward in the present. And I think the Hero's Journal is a good blend of old and new. Like it has like this old, like we're like trying to get you back to the basics. Let's just tell ourselves a good story. Let's be the orators of our own life. Let's be the chief of the tribe who just tells stories all day. Let's be that for ourselves. And then also it's like, let's be new. Let's think about the science behind gratitudes and the power of writing things you're grateful for, or
Yeah.
allies and threats. Like let's be on the cutting edge of goal setting, but let's tie it into this really old thing. And I think that to me is one of the big selling points. It's like you get both old and new in one place, and you get to just run with it.
Yeah. I mean, guys, meaning everyone but Kyle, do you know how many times Kyle and I have talked to people about the Heroes Journal and they've been like, you guys should build an app. This should be an app. Oh, this would be such a good app. And look, I don't disagree with them. I actually think we can make a great app. I'm not even saying we won't, but like there is something beautiful about just being like, no, we
Yeah.
made the thing we want to make. And the funny thing is like, people like what 6 years ago it was like make an app, and then 3 years ago it was make an NFT project, and then now it's like, oh, you could use AI to. It's like we know, Like we get it. You're not wrong. It's old for a reason. Like, writing stuff down is still valuable enough to the human species that we've had computers and typing for a long time, and we still write things down. So it's like we know somewhere, maybe subconsciously somewhere, that if it isn't written, it isn't real, and it's just like something that's kind of stayed true to us.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It sounds weird, but I'm proud that in a lot of ways our business is still like Studio Ghibli, where we're
Yeah.
willing to take a year and a half on a 4 second scene that people will probably not even register it took that long to make. Because, like, look, you live and then you die, and then you look back on your life and you're like, what did I do for the world? And I would rather make 4 journals that are really good and take a long time than 1,000 that are just like slop. Sorry, I'm really monologue today.
Dude, I love it.
Yeah, I'll get off my high horse. Can I just chime in here and say I have loved all the interaction in the comment section today. Our comments have been popping off. You guys have had some great takes and opinions here.
Yeah.
I feel bad that we aren't reading it more.
We get a lot of nothing like pen and paper. You know what I love about writing something down? And this is why I think it's actually going to be more and more powerful as we progress in life, is because it's going to get more and more difficult to do. Therefore, the value of it will continue to go up because every time you do it, you're making space to do it. There's no like not thinking about it. Because if let's say that if the Hero's Journal is the only piece of paper you have in your whole house, let's say everything is digital and the Hero's Journal is the only piece of paper you have in your house, that means that you have a pen for one reason. You have a like just having a pen has one use case. And obviously, I don't think we're going to get there where paper goes extinct except for the Hero's Journal. But it's like the more digital we go, the more of a choice doing something analog is, which is winning. That is like, if you're telling me that a part of doing your goal is setting aside 5 minutes to talk about your goal every single day, like you have such a higher chance at being successful in that goal. Um,
Yeah.
Steve Magnus again, he was the head coach at the University of Houston. And he did he did a study from a freshman class. So he took all the freshman distance runners in, interviewed all of them, took down a bunch of notes, and then he was like, I'm going to see who's the most successful. And he said the number one indicator of growth is, did you go to practice? Like, did you go to practice? Did you show up? Did you show up and go to practice? Like everything else, yeah, like talent or skill or whatever. It's like, did you go to practice? And I think that the Hero's Journal not being on your phone, the Hero's Journal not being convenient, is like going to practice. It is forcing you to stop and just sit down for 5 minutes and be like, am I trying to do this? If yes, great. Go to practice.
And like the more that we don't write things down, like you're texting all day, you're writing emails on your keyboard, you're not really putting pen to paper. Like there is something weirdly magical about seeing your own handwriting, seeing handwriting in general. Like I will challenge you guys this next week, this next 7 days, take a mental note of when you're walking around or you're driving, how many handwritten or probably hand painted signs you see. It could be a yard sale sign, or it could be like an old business sign, or maybe you live in a city with like old brick buildings and you see like the old ads painted on the side of it. Like it's weird because our brain is so used to seeing fonts as language now, but like so like it really sticks out when you see someone's like handwriting or actual like penmanship on something. I feel like it's beautiful. And it means so anyway, all to say, the more we type, like if you pause and you take time to write something down, your brain will remember it even more than it would have if like 10, 20, 30 years ago, when you're writing everything down. Because you're like, you have no tactile relationship with stuff you're communicating if you're not writing it down. So if you're physically writing, taking time to slowly write down your goals in a journal, like we know you can type faster than you can write. That's the point. Like it makes your brain slow down.
Yeah.
You write down your goal, you write down your goal. The next day you keep going to practice. You are so much more likely to improve and achieve the things you want to. And I think that that's like another strength of just standing on business, holding the
It's
line.
it's system zero.
Yeah.
You're thinking outside of your brain, which is really like something that we don't really think about very much anymore.
Yeah.
But I talk about it all the time. It is crazy to me that when reading first started being a thing with the printing press, like when like normal reading was happening, people like in their house, no one could read in their head. Like everyone was reading out loud all of the time.
Yeah.
Like imagine when someone's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna go read a book," and then you just hear them in the room shouting.
That's incredible.
It's like you have to learn how to do things like that. Like you weren't able to read quietly in your head before you had to hear words because you were used to words being the way communication was how you brought information in, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to teach yourself how to bring in information. And I do think that seeing yourself write your dreams for your life in your own handwriting is a way for you to take in information because like you're telling yourself. It's like a different way of telling yourself. Um,
A different way of telling yourself. It's not a bad tagline. Anyway.
Also, kind of a lot of people here today. I think we peaked out at 28 people.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah.
We've been getting back into live streaming. We're here pretty much every Friday. We usually have a movie to talk about, but this week we took a break from that. Did you guys? I don't know why we started watching movies. I think we just like watching movies and talking about them. We are a story company. Our product is very steeped in story, so it does make sense. But
I will say this. I think that us watching movies and talking about it is us paying it back to 2018 Nick and Kyle. Because we were like, imagine if we didn't have to go to work and we could just like be at home watching a movie and that was work, you know?
hang out and watch movies all day. Yeah, that's true.
And we don't get to do it all day, but if we get to watch one movie a week and we get to talk about it, that's that's paying it back a little bit.
Yeah. There's got to be a way. We need to start including people in it, though. I think that we should maybe hop into the school group at the beginning of the week and tell people what movie we're going to watch. Let people get in on it if they want. But anyway, we're running out of time. We got to do some things here, don't we?
We got to brag. Oh, wait, really quick before we brag. We have a lot of people who are, I'm seeing new names that weren't here at the beginning of the live stream. In the Free Journal Friday link that is tagged in the YouTube and Facebook comments, there is a link. In that link, you get the free first week of the Way of Astoria. It's going to be almost impossible to find this form again later. And so I would just download it now, take care of it, get that free thing. Yeah. For the movies, I think we're going to try to start to post the movies on Tuesdays in school. And I think we've been doing a little bit we've been trying to create like a movie poster for it. I think we might just make a post that just says the name of the movie.
Yeah, I don't think we need to make posters for this.
We can lower the barrier of entry of being like, hey guys, we're watching this movie this week.
Yeah.
That might help. So Tuesdays is the hope, maybe Wednesday. We'll see which day works best. But now we have to do this thing we call brag o'clock.
Yeah. Kyle mentioned some new names. So whether you've been here to the live streams before or not, we're about to close up shop. We got 10 minutes. And so here's how it goes. At the end of the live streams, we do two things. First thing, we take about 5, maybe 10 minutes to do this thing called Brag O'Clock. It is a quick segment where you get in the comments and you just brag about yourself, something that you are proud of yourself for this week or maybe this month or maybe this year, whatever it is so far. Now, the only rule is that you have to throw humility out the window. Any voice of self-deprecation or it was good, but it wasn't that good or any of that, get it out of here. Just for 5 minutes. Just for 5 minutes. Ignore that voice, that inner doubt, that inner critic, whatever it is. and just say something you're proud of. And look, a brag can be anything as long as you are proud of it. It can be getting out of bed this morning, or it can be finishing your PhD and becoming a NASA astronaut. Whatever it is, come here and brag. We're going to read the brags. Everyone in the comments is going to hype you up, give you some virtual kudos. And then guess what? After that, we're going to give away a free journal to someone, or a free side quest, or a free planner. And that will conclude Free Journal Friday. That's the second thing. But anyway,
Our first brag comes from one David Branson. I made myself rush out and get my missing vaccinations yesterday for certain reasons. And while I am tired, I'm very glad I did. I am making myself go slow and steady and catching up on school and other stuff. That's great. Do what you need to get done and be kind to yourself as you do it. That's the definition of what you just did.
Very good. Nicole has a brag. I gave myself permission to work on a project that is just for fun. This is great. Great brag. I'm learning to give myself permission to have fun. What a good brag, Nicole. Keep your hobbies your hobbies. You don't have to make money on them or even be good at them. Life is just a collection of enjoyable moments. Good for you, Nicole. I love this brag.
Book Hugga said, I went to the doctor for getting a lot of stuff figured out for the future. I don't like going to the doctor, so this is incredible to me. To me, it's like immovable mountain. You did it. So
I want to pronounce this right. Sorry, I have to scroll way far out to see the chats, and then I have to scroll in to see the names. Is it Maishi? Is that how you would say this? Miche? Sorry, Miche. I'm mispronouncing this. Miche has a brag over on Facebook. I am taking time for me by actually taking days off from work and not letting the company take all my time. That is right. Take your PTO, guys. Do it.
Noah Pack said, I turned 30 last Sunday and did poetry reading to celebrate. It was live streamed and I rewatched trying to find my flaws in my performance. Besides 2 setters, I had no notes for myself. That's amazing. I turned 30 in May, so maybe I'll do a poetry reading with you. That's awesome, though.
And happy birthday. Oh my God.
Happy birthday, yeah.
Welcome to a new decade. Welcome to your 30s. Great. That's great over here. I'm here. Kyle's not here yet. But anyway, I hope the poem was good. I believe Heather said, I am proud of writing down the timeline of our move. That is a great brag. Planning out a future massive, overwhelming project, getting it down on paper or whatever you did. Fantastic, Heather. Great brag. We're proud of you. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Pondering Hobbit said, I did drywall and mudding. Bought the right bath vanity that actually fits, and I'm learning plumbing. And I'm staying calm in all of it. Dove emoji. That's awesome. There was a truck in my driveway the other day that had the word plumbology on it versus plumbing to try to make themselves like the study of plumbing. So you are a plumbologist, and that is awesome.
All right. And hey, Seac Ranch said, I'm happy that I have lost 20 pounds. Planning helps so much. Hey, that's a good brag. Everyone give some virtual kudos to Seac Ranch for being down 20 pounds via planning. Fantastic.
Baby Bunch said, I did my main quest, talk to people several times this week. I'm a natural hermit.
I love this brag. I feel like there is such a just me being vulnerable. A lot of quest goal content is always tied to like fitness or like losing weight or running a marathon. And those are good. Those are good goals and we support them. But I've always in my head wished that we had a little bit more of a push, like in the intro content of a hero's journal, just to get someone to think about what's a social quest or what's a social level up you can do. And so I love that this is included. I have also had a very similar quest in the past, Banny Bunch, and I love that you were brave enough to come here and say that, because it can be kind of, a little vulnerable to be like, my quest is to make more allies, make more friends, whatever it is. I'm also a natural hermit, so this struck a chord with me. Thank you for being braggadocious about it. All right. I plotted out 103 scenes via index cards for my writing project this week. That is a lot. 103 scenes? Stephanie, that's a crazy brag. I don't even know how to fathom that.
Yeah, it's unfathomable for me.
I imagine like a wall in your room with like yarn everywhere and like you like conspiracy theorists, but
It's fun.
I love this. Great brag.
Jeffrey went to a rock concert for the first time in 35 years last Monday, also getting transferred to a new department and learning an entire new way of working. That's an eventful brag, and that's a fantastic brag. Good job, Jeffrey.
Fantastic. Keeping you young, going to concerts. Hopefully you wore earplugs. What else we got? For health reasons, I need to lose weight since Thanksgiving over the holiday. I lost 10 pounds. Fantastic, Terry. That's a brag from Terry over on YouTube. Some virtual kudos for you. And a quick turnaround. 10 pounds since Thanksgiving. Love that.
Eric said, I procrastinate a lot, but I finally got my new bookcase built. Looks so great. Now to build its counterpart on my next day off. That's amazing. You know, there's something I know that like with the IKEAification of furniture and stuff, and we're all building our own stuff, it's like it seems like it's a normal thing. Building your own stuff feels good. It just feels good. You like look at it, you're like, I did that. So I like that.
David has another brag in here. I am going to a post Valentine's Day event at my local bar tomorrow. That sounds like a fun event. A post Valentine's Day event that's a cool idea. I like it.
I want you to know that Pondering Hobbit likes the fact they're a plumbologist.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah, and then Jeffrey was saying earplugs or hearing aids. That's a funny like double back, you know.
I love it.
What you mean?
I think Ashley's up next if you want to take Ashley Park.
Oh, finally took the first step to leaving an emotionally abusive relationship. Start a new journal, The Galaxy of Astoria, the Black Leather Edition, to document my journey through divorce. That is one of the hardest decisions to make, and you're doing a great job. We'd love to hear that you're in a better place.
Yeah, thanks for bragging about that, Ashley. We are proud of you for choosing to write a better story about the life you want to live. And hey, that's a good pick for a journal. It's one of my favorite journals.
Yeah.
Actually, the Black Leather Edition. More power to you. Keep us in the loop. We're here for you. Okay. Is this all the brags? Are we done bragging?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay. That means we only have one more thing to do before we send everyone off on their merry way for the weekend. We're gonna give someone something for free. But not just because here's the thing, we don't even choose. We are just the what's the electrical term? Conduits.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're just conduits for the big wheel.
Everyone wins.
I was like, what? I was like, one thing. All right.
If your name is landed, you have to go in the comments and say, "'Tis me," and you have to say exactly that, or else we won't give it to you. It has to be a "'tis me."
'Tis me. That is correct. Now, all hail the wheel.
As the wheel spinneth, the wheel giveth the journal away.
Surely as the wheel spinneth. Oh,
all right, James G. All we need from you is a "'tis me."
Is me, James G. with the "'tis me." Can we get it out?
James, that's good. It's a good rhyme. James G. with the "'tis me."
James G. 'Tis me. James G. 'Tis me.
Hail wheel.
Hail the wheel. All hail the. Oh, we got it.
No, it's a "'tis not." Oh, this me.
Oh, we got a real "'tis me. Wait, was that right?
We have a "'tis not me," and then we have a "this me."
It's me, hey, James. We were very clear.
James, we were very clear.
Glad you're here, but we do need a real "'tis me."
And you did an "it's me" as well? No, we need a "'tis me." There we go. We got the We're rocking.
I'm gonna chalk that up to autocorrect.
Yeah.
I appreciate you pushing through. James G. Tis me.
Email support at the Heroes Journal. We will get a new one sent out to you, a new journal, deck, plan, or whatever you want. We got you.
Literally anything you want. Kyle will send you anything from his house. You just
Yes.
got to email us support@theheroesjournal.co. Kyle will send you an itemized list of all the things in his house, as well as stuff on the website. You can just pick one of those things. So yeah.
Anyway, well, that was fun. I really enjoyed this. I think that a new journal is really fun. I think that the best part about fun is the cousin of happy.
Are they cousins? I didn't realize they were.
Yeah, no, they're second cousins.
They look similar. I didn't realize they were related. Okay.
They're actually so they're second cousins through Joy, if you know her.
Great lady. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.